We're back.
Hi.
Hi. We're back for another week of the Off the Rails podcast. I'm Aisha Protlier with Eric Jenkins. It is Sunday, August 2nd. How the heck are ya?
I'm great. Happy August.
Oh yeah, wow, another month.
I heard you were you just playing around with your chair right there.
My stand-up desk is not I'm not at the right height. It's I'm not sure what height I'm supposed to be at, but it doesn't feel right.
So there's a lot. Do you mix up the heights you do it at? Or do you don't have like a setting where you're like, this is my height, I never change it? Or you kind of mix it up?
It looks like I could program 3 heights into this thing, but there's no programming. It's more a vibe situation. But I am someone who actually does stand up and down and sit down with their stand-up desk. I do use it.
You do. Like, what would you say what's your percentages standing versus sitting?
I'm probably 50-50 standing,
Okay.
sitting.
I think those are good numbers.
Just depends.
Do you ever do like the walking? Have you seen people with the walking desk?
I don't know how people do this because occasionally I'll have my laptop like on my like bike trainer. No, I don't have a bike trainer. I have like a busted one from Facebook Marketplace that's like as 1980s stationary bike. But like I'll try to do things while I'm cycling and like trying to operate my laptop. It doesn't work. I don't know the people that can walk unless you're just like walking when you're on meetings, but then that's kind of weird because your head's bobbing up and down. I don't know how people walk and use their hands at the same time. I don't have that sort of coordination, guys. I was a runner. I didn't play ball sports.
No, I can't really multitask like that either. It's kind of like, and it's like when you see people read, like you ever see someone just like reading in a place and you can't really tell if it's maybe performative. Like,
yeah, they're just reading Sylvia Plath somewhere and they have a canvas tote and also they let you know that they own a cat.
Yeah. Like they're just, I kind of need to be like very dialed in and focused to read. Like I actually need to put on like noise canceling headphones, phone on airplane mode, dial in
some binaural beats,
set a timer and be like, you have to sit, you got to put these minutes in. And a lot of times I can't read unless it's perfect. And then you see somebody like walking down the street reading. I'm like, I don't like it. And I also don't buy it.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me like you haven't gotten into a book so hard. Like it sounds to me like you might be reading the wrong things. Like
no, I mean I understand like the love of reading a good book. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'm like when you're walking, like you do see people like walking down the street reading.
That's too much. They're doing too much.
It's just too much for me.
That's a hazard. You could trip and fall into a fountain.
And so look, I'm not saying. Obviously, there are people out there that can do that, and it sounds like I'm a little bit just jealous. Like these are my issues, obviously, and now I'm projecting. But and I know that, and I understand that, and I'm working on it, right? But at the same time, I can also be like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you are you like how much time are you spending at a desk these days? Do you have a desk at your house?
I do have a desk. I actually also have a standing desk. And
nice.
And I'll be honest, I don't really use it as a standing desk. I have it at like its lowest setting and just sit at it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what most people do. I do feel like that's what most people do.
The tough thing is, it's also like, but it doesn't even kind of get low enough. Like it's high. Its lowest setting is still kind of high.
Yeah, then you have to raise your chair up. It's a whole thing.
It's like it's really incentivizing you, kind of forcing you to stand. And I'm still like, no,
I won't do it.
No, I won't do it.
I will say that like becoming someone that sits at a desk all the time was very physically challenging. going from people whose job was exercise, Barbie's job is run, like having to be Barbie's job as laptop was a real, that it felt like, it felt horrible. It felt like I had been running 100 miles a week, like in my neck only. Like everything just hurt.
Oh, that sounds really bad.
But
That's got to be some
out.
of the worst ads, like advertising for sitting at a desk. 90 miles a week, all in the neck. Sounds rough. Really bad neck tendinopathy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. So yeah, you got to get the standing dialed in.
Like I would rather just, instead of like standing at the desk, I would rather sit and then just stand up and like walk for a bit.
Yeah. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to incorporate that more. After I came back from my European trip and was like, they've got it figured out over there, I've been introducing little micro habits. My like your small European. We're back. Okay. So this was what, like 6 minutes in?
6 minutes in. We'll see. Okay, we'll see how much. We'll see how much Chris cuts out or leaves in. Yeah.
A little bit of confusion up in Crested Butte, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah. To the listeners, we just if there's a bit of a continuity issue, we took a brief pause. Aisha, this is for the first time, took a personal call, right in the middle of this thing. So we hit a little reset. I think we're back. Chris just leaves all of that in.
Yeah, it's just like including my amazing cleaner voice in the call that I received on speakerphone.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you put it on speaker so I could be included in the conversation.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Really good stuff. What else do you want to talk about? Yeah.
Wait, speaking of good stuff, have you seen this at the, what is it? The women's okay, so let me just walk back. Let me just
start from the top.
From the top. Some of my favorite, like if I could rank my favorite types of videos that I see on the internet, number one is probably like things that happen on live television that go wrong, particularly framed around someone on the news, like something crazy happens when they're on the news. Love that. That's probably number one. Like think of the Grape Lady. Think of like the guy who is recording and is speaking in like in his reporter voice and then gets hit by a bee and then freaks out and says, I'm tired of this country ass shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a crackhead or a leprechaun? Like I'm like, these are my favorite videos on the internet. Second, I'm not sure this is like, it's between some physical comedy. So people falling and getting hurt, or national anthem singing gone bad. Those two round out my podium of things that I will lose my mind at. The video only format. I'm not talking about static memes. So the first women's pro baseball league is happening.
Okay. I this is news to me.
Okay. And the national anthem is probably one of the worst renditions of the national anthem you've ever seen, and it is hysterical. A friend sent it to me this morning, and I was out walking my dog, and I was snorting, laughing so hard. Like, I think where people go wrong is they receive a video like this and they don't watch it to completion. This is a video you need to see start to finish. Like,
okay,
if you need a day right now, it is absolutely fucking hysterical. Like, you can't make this up. And I don't know, there are people that are like kind of holding it together to the best of their ability live, because it is that like dramatically hysterical.
Paint me a little bit of a picture. What went so wrong?
Okay, so it's these three women singing. Neither of them, and I'm pretty tone deaf, neither of them are singing a correct note. Nobody can find where they're supposed to be, but they think they're absolutely slaying this, and they're kind of playing off of each other. It's like two women are singing into one microphone, and then one woman has her own microphone, like she's the star. And so they're going.
I've lost.
They're going.
I think
they're like cutting
Aisha,
to her to like.
Oh no, okay, you're back. I lost you for a sec.
Okay, so these two women are sharing a microphone. She has her own microphone. They're sort of like passing it to her, like alley-ooping her, like slam dunk it on some of these lyrics, and it is so like they are so bad. They're
so bad.
They're so bad at singing.
Do you think that this is like a the people that hired her, right? The team, did they know they were that bad? Right now I'm putting on my PR. This is the Eric Jenkins PR firm where you go, look, we're going to get more attention with a absolute horrible rendition of the national anthem than if it was a really good, right? There's like classic really good ones, right? Where it's like, oh, great national anthem. Like Chris Stapleton, fantastic national anthem.
Jennifer Hudson, anytime.
Jennifer Hudson, right? Now, we're not getting that. So let's lean the opposite way and go really bad. And we're going to get similar views and attention. You think,
honestly,
because
that could have been a great play.
If you do it horribly, that horribly, how do you get the gig?
It's a great question.
You'd assume there's a tryout.
But now I know about the Women's Pro Baseball League, and I would not have known about the Women's Pro Baseball League. It probably wouldn't have hit my wavelength until much later. I would have learned about it like next week or something. But now I know.
Speaking of national anthems, we should give a quick shout out to Chris's wife, Kari.
You mean Kari? Chris is so lucky to be married to this woman named Kari.
Is that not what I said?
You said Chris's wife.
Okay.
I'm saying that Chris is Kari's husband.
Yes, no, I did pick up on that.
Okay.
No, I'm still with you.
We're starting so strong. Yeah. We're starting so strong.
I can't believe you just mansplained that joke to me. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Kari sang the national anthem, her a cappella group at USA's.
So good.
Very exciting.
Notes.
Yeah.
The high notes. I'm a follower. I'm so into this. She has an incredible voice. The High Notes are one of New York's best a cappella groups. They compete, they do the whole thing. I have been wanting to be there for when they sing the national anthem. I knew it was inevitable that they're going to sing the national anthem at a USA's. And I hope that they get the call back. I want them to sing at Melrose. I think that would be really cool. Fit that. Like they should just be like the unofficial track and field and road running national anthem group.
Yeah, no, it was very exciting. Makes perfect sense, right? I know you want to get up there and belt out some notes for the national anthem. Hopefully it doesn't. Now back to these three women who absolutely sucked it up.
That would be me.
No, so the Women's Pro Baseball League.
Yeah.
What? Give me some team names. Like what teams were playing?
Okay. It sounds like you're being a little bit. You're pandering or something. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for.
I am a touch.
Yeah. Okay. So the Women's Pro Baseball League is co-founded. It's commenced its first season yesterday. With 4 initial teams representing 4 cities around the U.S., the Boston Hunters, New York Heights, Los Angeles Queens, and San Francisco Fireballs.
Okay.
And they played in Springfield, Illinois.
That's the only place they play?
Well, that's where they
okay,
commenced.
that's where and I'm gonna that's probably where the national anthem took place.
Yeah, where this talent came from. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting.
The national anthem or the Women's Pro Baseball League?
Well, actually, the entire season is going to be held at the stadium in Illinois.
And it's kind of like very neutral ground because the teams are there's 2 East Coast teams and 2 California
West Coast teams. Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
So they meet in Switzerland. The Switzerland
the Switzerland
of the U.S.
of America. Yeah,
Illinois,
Springfield,
obviously.
Illinois. Honestly, birthplace of Abraham Lincoln or something. So sounds like a great neutral place to play.
Lincoln was born in Springfield, Illinois.
Okay, I should know this because I grew up in Illinois. Was Abe Lincoln born in Springfield?
That's huge for Illinois.
Okay, so he wasn't born in Springfield, but he was buried in Springfield. He moved to Springfield in 1837, and he lived there for 25 years, practicing law and launching his political career.
Huh. I think it's even cooler
you learn
to be
something every day.
I think it's even cooler to be buried there than born there, maybe.
Yeah, because that's more of a choice.
It is more. I mean, it's quite possibly the way more of a choice, right? But you can visit. You can. I'm sure. Like, is Abe Lincoln's gravesite a huge tourist attraction?
And as we learned, you're a graveyard kind of boy.
That's why I'm so jazzed up right now. I'd love to go take a trip out there.
Yeah. If you do, let me know. I can be your tour guide in the state of Illinois.
Well, you didn't even know you didn't even know Lincoln.
I knew there was a connection.
Yeah.
I had to dig back to my college history or something, or high school history. I don't even think I took history in college.
Where was where was Abe Lincoln born? I wonder why he chose Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah. Abe Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin in Sinking Spring Farm near Hodgenville, Kentucky.
Hodgenville.
Mm-hmm.
That's an ugly name. Hodgenville.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's hard. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it does not. That's why he hightailed it out of there.
Yeah.
Gross.
He said, I gotta get myself to Springfield, Illinois.
Isn't Springfield, Illinois, where like The Simpsons is The Simpsons? It's Springfield. It's something Springfield.
No, it's Springfield, Oregon.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I knew. Well, yeah, that's
is
actually
the sister city to Eugene. And not many people know that it's like Eugene, Springfield, like they're sort of connected. A lot of Priest Trails actually touches Springfield or is in Springfield. Yes. Yeah, Springfield, Oregon.
Where do you think the term like sister city, would you say like that's the town over? But it's like what has to qualify for the sister city?
Well, that's also, I could be using it wrong, because aren't there sister cities like Tokyo is the sister city to some other city in the world? Don't they do that?
You could be right. I'm not entirely sure either. I was one actually asking the question.
Yeah. This is a good question. Sister city. What is a sister city? Okay, so it is sister cities are long-term partnerships, official partnerships between two towns or cities in different countries to build peace, share cultures, and boost trade.
Okay, I love that.
So what would you call a city that's next to each other?
A neighbor.
Do you know? A neighboring city. Yeah.
Neighboring city.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were actually the second part. You were right on the second part. Like Tokyo is sister cities with another city.
Yeah.
On a different part of the globe.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been learning. This has basically just been so far learning. Good episode so far. Right out the gates.
We're learning about women's pro basketball.
We're learning about pro baseball. Get it right. We took a 5-minute brief intermission for a phone call, and we learned about sister cities. A lot going on so far.
We are doing so great. So I'm gonna need you to watch. I'll send you the video so you can watch.
Yeah, please do.
So you can watch the national anthem and just giggle. Did you also see the whole Usher concert debacle?
No, I did not.
Eric.
Yeah. Now is Usher is he? I'm pretty sure he's known for being incredibly sexual on stage, right? Is that him?
Yes, he's very sexy.
Yeah.
And does like a lot of like lap dance adjacent type behavior or things. Like that's like just part of his show. Everybody kind of knows it. I've never been to an Usher show. So I can't speak firsthand, but this is like he has these like really sexy fan interactions. He brings people on stage. It's like everybody kind of knows that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So he had a fan pulled up on stage who like they go out in the crowd and find people in advance. They talk to them. They like bring them to the VIP area. This is all sort of, he's not like pulling a rando out of the crowd and being like, yeah, get up here. Let's do this. Like, but they are sort of pre-screened in a sense to some degree. And so she is on stage and watching the clip. Usher, I'm like, this is a great lesson in consent here, kids. Like Usher is, doing his thing, being all sexy on this lady, and she's like really stiff. Like you can kind of tell that she's like not that into it. And he like looks back and is like, oh, she doesn't want to be here. She's not that into it. Like get her off the stage. And
but he had already pre-screened her.
Yeah.
She froze up. She couldn't handle the moment. Yeah. Usher's like, yeah. Usher's like, are you even close to coming? She's like, not at all. Are you even close? He's like, please, I can't. I'm just too nervous. I cannot perform right now.
There are 50,000 people watching this. Yeah, no, she's not into it at all. And what is more potentially makes a story even better is she like claps back on, I believe, Facebook.
Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. It is so good.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. Oh, you bet your ass I want you to read it.
Okay. So this story goes wild, obviously.
Wait.
It's everywhere.
So are people roasting her online and then now she's like, I gotta defend myself. I'm getting ripped to shreds in here.
Yeah. And Usher's like kind of a little like he stops like very, very clearly like identifies this situation is not, she doesn't want to be here in this situation. This is not right. And like you can tell he's like kind of pissed off, like conceivably at his team that's supposed to vet these things.
Yeah.
Like this is an, sort of an interruption. And also like, why'd you bring this girl up here if she doesn't want to be up here? Like, don't do that. So I'm like defending Usher's attitude through this because I don't know why I felt like I needed to do that because she comes so hard he's like kind of visibly like what the fuck, get her off the stage, like she doesn't want to be up here. And then this like all kicks off on the internet. So I'd seen the video a couple days ago of this, and then I didn't realize that there was that she had clapped back. So are you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hit me.
Okay. Her name is Gabrielle Cheyenne. And she says, first off, nobody is declining to go on stage. I looked good as fuck. You thought I wasn't going to let thousands of people see me on the big screen where you bitches will never be. My mom and I had floor seats. Their team approached us and moved us to VIP before the show even started. Pretty privileges, something you hoes will never know about.
Fuck yeah.
They don't say who you're going up there for. Y'all wanted me to get up there and fuck him, ATP. Chat folks aren't used to anything. This is the most exciting thing that would have happened in y'all little ass lives. Fuck y'all disrespectfully.
Okay.
Kissy face emoji.
Now, why? She's talking a lot of shit for somebody who absolutely froze when the lights were on her. I like the idea that she thought that she looked so good that she's like, look, I just genuinely can't pass this opportunity up to get some eyes on me.
Yes. And she later tells TMZ that she went to the concert for Chris Brown, not Usher.
Wait.
Yeah.
Was Chris Brown there?
I assume that Chris Brown opened for Usher.
No, I think Usher would open for Chris Brown.
Usher would open for Chris Brown. No way. No way in hell.
Well, actually, let's look it up. Let's see who is the headliner.
You'll look it up.
of the tour.
I'm not looking it up.
Okay, fine.
She said to TMZ, I don't feel a way toward him. I got on stage.
I don't. She shouldn't have been on stage. It sounds like she. I need to see the video because it must have. So she looked like really, really uncomfortable. Yeah. Did she have any idea that like Usher was going to be? I mean, she must have, right? Where his team brings her out. They're in the VIP section, and they're like, "Look, have you been to an Usher show or seen it?" And he's going to be dry humping you. Do you like getting dry humped? And she's like, I'm not like actually like, I don't know, like in the right setting possibly. And they're like, okay, well, it's going to happen in maybe an hour in front of 50,000 people. She's like, I'll give it a shot. I'll figure it out. And then this is a really bad look for Usher. And then also now she's saying,
this is the most exciting thing that would have happened in y'all little ass lives.
And
fuck y'all disrespectfully.
Now, and then to add insult to injury, to say I'm not even there for Usher, I'm there for Chris Brown. Usher needs to make some moves on his internal team and get some people moved around, because you need to do a much heavier vetting process if you're going to be bringing these. And Usher's a pro at this point. He's been doing. I mean, actually, how old is?
50 years old.
I do think. I know Usher's a good-looking guy, but I do think at 50 you actually should stop doing that.
He's 47. He's
okay,
still got
so
3 years.
he's got 3 years, and they actually should cut that shit out.
Or he should just go more age appropriate. Like, she was in her 20s. Maybe, just go to like 10 years younger than you. Like, ask to see some ID, because I can guarantee you none of my girlfriends are going to be saying no to Usher's serenading them with his 12 packs of abs. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, you got to know your audience.
So you're saying this woman wasn't a millennial?
No, she's Gen Z.
Oh, she's young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're 50 doing like, your world tours, and one of your big things is, having a magic Mike moment with these fans. I don't know. It's not like you're right. He does.
But
he does
still
have
got
to.
It.
Oh no, he still got it. 100%, like 100%. But you know what I mean. Like, brother, you gotta, like me, you gotta make some changes. We have to grow up. We all have to grow up.
No. Okay. Hear me out. Her clapback was so good. I want to see this more in track.
I think her clapback, it actually it needs work, right? Because because she's clearly got a lot of, the clapback's portraying like a lot of confidence, and like she's really she's 10 toes down, standing on business with that. But the video speaks for itself, sweetie. You froze, right? Like, you panicked. The bright lights came on you, and you just couldn't handle it. And I think it'd be almost better to say that, right?
Yeah.
Like, look.
But I like the unhinged nature of this. I like ending a statement in F y'all disrespectfully.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. It's so funny, and I never think it's a good idea to come to your own defense in a comment section. There's one thing to maybe clap back at some people in one way, but then to be like, look, I need to stand up for myself. It's tough to do that, and without being like, it's almost better to just ignore it, right?
Yeah.
It brings more attention. What is it? The Streisand? What's the effect called where you're bringing more attention to it by addressing it? No, it's your natural
You're really,
instinct.
like, are you getting, do you actually work in PR? Like you're like down in like PR theory. Teach me about this. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe it's the Streisand effect. Now I really might have pulled that out of my ass, but in the process of trying to defend yourself, you actually make it worse by shedding more light on it. Right? Where it's like, look, just don't say anything because by saying something, it makes it look worse. Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up. Yeah. No, you're right.
Me?
It's called the Streisand effect. No, I just said I'm not fact checking you. I just want to learn more because this is an educational podcast.
I'm glad you are. Well, because when you don't fact check me, someone in our listeners will, right? And that's always fun. Sometimes, like I said, I'm just saying a lot of shit on here, and somebody. Whenever I really mess something up, like I said, the Donner Party was in Colorado a while ago.
Yeah.
And the inbox was flooded with like, hey, jackass, you're so off. So I'm glad you fact checked me.
To fact check you, you're like 99% right, but
I'll take it.
It's the phenomenon where your attempt to hide something results in the opposite. So for her, it was... I think there were some photos taken, like a paparazzi took some photos inside of her house, and she put out, like maybe she sued someone. There's
paparazzi got in her house.
We're like taking photos inside of her home. And she sued for $50 million to remove an aerial photo of her mansion, essentially.
Did she win?
But before the lawsuit, the photo had only been downloaded 6 times. And 2 of those times that it was downloaded were from her own lawyers.
Yeah.
And then after she sued, hundreds of thousands of people viewed the photo.
Okay. Now, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So we wouldn't really be talking that much about, what did I say her name was? Gabriella Cheyenne.
Yeah, 2 first names.
If she would have just gone quietly and said, look, either say nothing.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, she might have gotten a little bit more mystique of like, who was this girl who was not into Usher? Like maybe that would have gotten more attention. But here I am talking about it because I can't look away.
Have you seen the photos of like what a Chris Brown meet and greet is?
No.
It's basically his meet and greets are just like unbelievably sexual. Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, like people line up and like I think like the photo, like he'll take basically a photo with fans in whatever position and whatever pose you want.
No,
yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And so
I gotta Google this.
Yeah, Google it. So that Gabrielle Cheyenne wanted like the Chris Brown meet and greet experience, but not at all with Usher.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. This is wild.
It's just like him palming people's asses and like stand up 69ing, fully clothed.
This is
like,
crazy. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I can't believe I've never seen this before. Wild stuff. Yeah, so she thought she was getting taken to VIP for a Chris Brown meet and greet moment.
Yeah.
Instead, she was on stage with Usher.
Yeah, look, Usher. I think Usher will bounce back, but this isn't a good look.
It's not. I mean, I thought it could have gone to a good look when I saw it happen. Of like I said at the top, like what a great lesson in consent. But now it's weird. Is
it the same when he's doing his dance? Is it like the same song every time?
I don't know. Not that deep into it.
It's like, how, Bieber used to do One Less Lonely Girl where he would bring a fan on stage and sing to them.
Yeah. It's like a bit. Yeah.
It's a bit. I wonder, it's got to be a bit. because you can't just do it to random songs.
No. And also, everybody knows that this is what Usher does.
So it's like, is it just one? Does he do it? Is he doing this the whole show, or is it one fan a show?
Eric, you're asking me questions I don't know the answer to.
I'm
sorry.
absolutely peppering you with questions.
Should we go to an Usher show?
I'm just treating you like ChatGPT. This is what ChatGPT. This is what like my Google. This is how stressed out my Google gets. Like, dude, like stop. Honest to God, please stop, dude. Just sit there in a sense of wonder for a bit. And
read a book.
Read a book, dude. Stop. Like, put on your noise canceling headphones and read a fucking book for 10 minutes. You haven't done it today, and you said you would. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'd love to go. We'll see where the Usher tour stops are. We'll hit the show.
Maybe we'll hit the stage.
You can, yeah. You hit. We both hit the stage, and you're just like completely sliding off the seat, and I'm there looking like Gabrielle Cheyenne. and then I end up having to put out a statement. I'm like, I totally get where she's coming from. I know I can't quite take my own advice of not bringing attention to it, but I have to get in the comment section and defend myself. It's getting really bad.
Pretty privilege is real.
Yeah, look, I simply looked too good not to have thousands of people see.
I would love to have that confidence for just 15 minutes.
To be like, to think you look that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some real self-assurance.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Okay, did you see about this movie that got stolen? Like a Nick Cage movie got stolen out of a desk, and now Netflix is suing. Have you seen this?
Someone stole a Nick Cage movie, like a script, out of the Netflix desk.
An unencrypted master copy of this new film, I guess it's a World War II drama called Fortitude, went missing from the Hollywood studio of Netflix.
I mean, this right here, this is a Netflix movie. This is
starring Nick Cage.
Yes, like Nick. I mean, you just replace the movie, replace the Declaration of Independence with this movie script, and that's a Nicolas Cage movie. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Exactly.
Wow. How do you even steal? This has got to be an inside job, because like, how do you even know? And also, what's the move here, right? Like you steal it, and then you go, I think I can get funding for this. I'm going to go back to Netflix. It's like you're holding almost like the script hostage. And Netflix doesn't, negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah. And now this producer is suing Netflix for damages. Not Netflix suing. He's suing Netflix. $105 million in damages.
$105 million?
This must have been some film.
Yeah. A World War II movie with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. I guess it took 7 years to complete and $45 million to produce.
And now this producer's like, I'm out 45 mil? They've already... Wait, have they... No, they've already filmed it? So...
Yes. So they stole like the film.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I completely got lost for a second. They actually stole the film, and this is amazing. Actually, this is so fun.
It's so fun.
Think about like Nicolas Cage being like, "What do you mean someone stole the film?"
A heist.
Like they broke into the Netflix headquarters and stole the film. Huh. Yeah. This makes no sense. And is the thief still on the run?
They don't have any. They're not sharing any more information.
Yeah. We're done talking about it.
Yes. So Netflix said in a statement, Netflix disputes any claim that it bears the risk or loss of a film delivered without proper industry standard safeguards, referring to the fact that it was unencrypted. So it says, while we do not own the rights of Fortitude, we take content security seriously and have taken extra measures to support the filmmaker and his team. But given their hostile attempts to extort money from Netflix over the situation, rather than work with us in good faith, they're not sharing any more information.
Huh.
So this has got to be an inside job.
It's got to be. I mean, how do you pull this thing off?
It's so good.
It's really fun. I hope yeah, it's just a bizarre move. And that's why no one's stealing films these days, because it's very tough. Like, what do you do? What's the next step?
Yeah, like you're going to put it on some like piracy websites or something?
What you waltz into HBO Max headquarters and say, hey, I got something you might like? Like, speak now, or I'm walking over to Apple TV.
Yeah.
Like, don't when I leave this office, it's Apple TV and Amazon Prime, and I can guarantee you one of them will have some senses and snatch this thing up.
It's a great film.
It's a great film. It's Nicolas Cage in World War II. I'm not going to say anything more. I haven't cut a trailer yet. I've just got a lot of raw footage.
You can watch the film. It's 3.5 hours long.
What do you think of it? How do you feel about Nick Cage? You like him?
I like National Treasure. What other movies did Nick Cage do?
He did Ghost Rider.
I haven't seen that.
Pretty solid. Pretty fun flick in my opinion. He did a movie with Jessica Biel. I don't know the name of it. Where he could see.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking. Where he could see 60. I believe it was like 1 minute into the future.
Well, that's not that helpful.
Yeah. No, you'd be surprised. He did a lot with this. But here's the thing: with Jessica Biel was the only, when he looked at her, he couldn't see her future. Right? She was the only person, and he goes, "What is? You're an enigma." Right? He knew there was something different about her. Oh yeah, I really liked that movie. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be honest. I really like Nicolas Cage. I would steal the shit out of one of his movies.
Next is the movie you're thinking of.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's
it seems like I probably should watch that. I think I would like it.
Next, what a funny movie name. Not like Next.
Next.
Yeah.
Did you see the Odyssey?
I did actually see the Odyssey.
How was it?
I liked it. I wasn't. I'll be honest.
Oh, you hated it.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about it. I just like I thought it's got like a 94% Rotten Tomatoes score, and I just don't think it's earned that type of rating. It's also incredibly long.
Yeah, how many times did you have to go pee?
Not once, because I timed it perfectly.
You dehydrated yourself.
I dehydrated. Yeah, I was dried up, right? I was Gabrielle Cheyenne on the Usher stage. Dry as a fucking bone. Now, I was also unbelievably hot. Like the AC was broken in the theater.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
No.
I was having problems. Right. Now I was dry as a bone, but also sweaty.
Yeah. That's not good. And I'm
work.
picturing the pleather chairs.
Yes. And you don't want to be like, I didn't want to keep moving around, but I couldn't quite get comfortable.
And then like squeak in the chair. It's like,
exactly. Yeah. The
like
stranger,
a beach ball.
The stranger next to me is like, do you mind just sitting still? Like, I really can't. I'm like, are you also ridiculously hot? So there was a couple factors at play with my total, the viewing experience of the Odyssey. But, around around 2 hours in, I'm like, we're not even close to wrapping this thing up.
How long is it?
It felt like maybe 10 hours. I think it's closer to, I think it's just under 3 hours.
Okay, that's long.
It's a long one. And now look,
let's revisit my idea of an
quite the long
intermission.
journey, but yes, I would have taken an intermission 100% then. In fact, I almost stood up and was like, do you guys, let's hit
Can
pause.
we hit pause?
Yeah. Like, anyone mind if I take control of the remote for a sec? I would love to just get up and get some fresh air for a sec.
Did
Do a quick
you
lap.
see it in IMAX?
No, I did not.
Okay. So you
I'm
only
really-
saw a third of the film.
I saw 1/3 of the film.
Okay.
And yeah, no, look, I you know, different strokes for different folks. This wasn't quite my stroke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
What
I
can you
haven't seen
say?
it yet.
Yeah. I would love well, once you do see it, give me your opinion. I know I didn't
You didn't really sell it.
I didn't really sell it.
But I'll look into tickets after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look into tickets, see if I can see it this week.
Like, it's not
I'm
bad.
interested.
I'm kind of bashing it. It's not bad, right? I liked it. And here's actually what I'm trying to get better at. Having expectations for things, right?
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this, because I want to start basically I want to go in thinking like this movie's going to be really bad. And then it's only up from here. Because when you have such high hopes, it never quite lives up to right? It's like, okay, this movie's, you hear so much hype and people are like, oh, this movie's unbelievable. They're doing the press tour. You're just seeing them everywhere. It's a star-studded cast, Christopher Nolan, and then it just doesn't quite live up to the hype.
It's why New Year's Eve sucks.
Yeah. It's why New Year's Eve sucks. Exactly right. It was like, I remember now we've talked about this guy before. My old teammate at Oregon, shout out Daniel Wynn, but he was somebody who never watched a movie trailer, right? Like he would go into these things like as blind as, you know, it's like I have seen literally nothing, and I understand that more and more.
Same. I want to be neutral. Like I want to be drawn, like marketing works on me. Like I want to be drawn to something. I want to be of the culture. I want to be in the conversation of what people are talking about. I want to be in the zeitgeist. I just want to know, doesn't mean I have to love it, but I just want to know what's going on. So like still, even our conversation last week, I haven't watched a trailer. I still I sort of remember the Odyssey. I feel like maybe I read some of it in high school or something in some English class, or if not all of it, I don't know. Maybe
that'd be crazy if you read all of it.
Cliff's Notes took the wheel. Who knows? But I really want to see it, but I do think, this is also part of our society where like everything is documented, everything has an aesthetic, everything is anticipated, everything is the best that it's ever been, and we need to just find a way to neutrality sometimes too, of like, yeah, okay, I'm excited to see this thing, we'll see how it goes, and it doesn't have to be the best ever.
Yeah, it's tough because the movie networks are, if let's say you know, when Christopher Nolan's out on his tour and he goes, you know, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, that's not going to pull people in.
That's not going to pull people in. The movie, the heads of the studios are like, what the? You are really fucking us on this one. And I'm saying this, and I'm in a bad mood. I just had a Nicolas Cage movie stolen from my fucking computer, so I'm a bit on edge. And now I got Christopher Nolan, the director of the biggest movie budget in history, saying he's not quite sure about the movie on the press tour. Right? So you're like, you got to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I agree. It's like everything's the best. And it's kind of like with running, when you hear people be like, "Oh, this has been one of the best buildups I've ever had." You know, it's like this buildup's been every buildup's the best buildup they've had.
Yeah.
Right, and it can't be like
It can't be true. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leads to lower trust because I know you're lying to me.
Mm-hmm. But they're kind of, I think there can be a bit of, there can be more at play. When people are saying that, it's almost like I want to convince myself that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I know the buildup didn't go great.
Yeah, I know you had a sinus infection 4 weeks ago.
My Achilles is hanging on by a thread. It's not great, but I want to, it's like I almost want to will it into existence. So, what can I say? That's, but you're right. But that's my new thing. Low expectations, and just over. Then it's just everything's over delivering from there.
I love that. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what my last pop culture
hit me
topic I wanted to bring up was, speaking of selling out and drawing crowds and selling tickets, do you feel like you need to walk back your sentiment that you don't want anything to do with Jimothy?
Oh man. I knew I did have a feeling this was going to come up. Now, the amount of people that messaged us about like everything Jimothy now is coming right to our inbox. And I did not realize the frenzy that would be whipped up by Jimothy. And
even the way you're saying his name is with a little bit of disdain, and I think you should check yourself.
Actually, I'm actually going to check you on that one. Now, let me also be clear. I had first heard, I was processing Jimothy live on air, right? which is tricky. You're walking a tightrope. Now, think about all the things in your life that you love that you may not have loved right out of the gates.
Game of Thrones,
right? It takes a while to warm up to. I hated running until college. I ran since middle school. Like you couldn't pay me to run in the summer. I took the whole year off after cross.
So funny.
I ran from as soon as cross country was over. I didn't run again until the first cross country practice. Right.
That's insane.
So, and that was basically my attitude up until college. And now I could. So all that to say, I think I'm warming up to Jimothy. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now, am I 100% on board with Jimothy? Not yet.
You don't have to be.
But I can see the appeal, and I also I do love. We kind of this actually goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about. When these little things, they're all, it happens with a lot of animals, and they become like cultural sensations.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimothy, his 15 minutes are, like he's like the biggest, he's the hottest thing out right now.
He's so hot, in fact, that the Seattle Mariners, the baseball team, are doing a Jimothy night. And it was so popular that they added a second Jimothy night because the tickets sold out so fast. So they are having 2 Jimothy nights in Seattle.
Wait, is Jimothy himself there? Is Jimothy tossing out the first pitch with those Randy Johnson arms? Mm-hmm. A little bit of little baseball humor for you right there.
Nice. No, you get an exclusive Mariners and Jimothy t-shirt. And they have like a rookie card for him that they're giving out. It's really just in honor of Jimothy. They are not pulling Jimothy out of his natural habitat and putting him in a cage and bringing him to the game. It's just,
I'm not saying they should do that. I'm not saying they should do that. Let me be clear. Actually, no. I am saying they should. I'm going to do a complete 180
do not
pivot.
Capture Jimothy. Leave him be.
Do they? Like, is he being tracked? Have they chipped him?
I don't know.
I'm hammering you with questions.
I don't think that would be wise either.
I wonder what his range is.
Now he's like a threat. Maybe somebody would want to kidnap him.
Oh yeah, you kidnap, like you've just left the Netflix studios and you're like, let me swing by Seattle. I'm already like pretty fucked here. I'm just gonna steal Jimothy too while I'm at it.
He has not been shipped. Okay.
Okay. So where would you rank Jimothy on? Because you also, you have a real strong affinity for, it's Mu Dang, right?
Mu Dang. Yeah.
Now,
Jimothy hasn't. I'm going to put Mu Dang first because I like Mu Dang is just like so bouncy and cute. And
yeah. I'm kind of surprised you like Jimothy considering you took a pretty hard anti-raccoon stance last week. So it doesn't surprise me to see Mu Dang ranked 1.
Yeah. And I like Jimothy, but again, I don't trust raccoons. So even though Jimothy has warmed and come into our hearts, you still have to be 1% wary.
Okay. What are the other, like, you've got Mu Dang, you've got Jimothy. Give me are there any?
There was Punch the monkey.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep, I remember Punch.
Okay. You told me about Neil.
Oh, yeah.
Seal. Mm-hmm. Which I'm very into Neil the Seal now.
Neil's fun.
Neil's really fun. Wasn't there like a really grumpy cat at some point? There was the duck from the World Cup. Did you see this? This duck who loves soccer, who's wearing a Mexico soccer jersey and just like walking around in Mexico City.
I don't think I have seen the duck.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that pretty much covers it.
I mean, you probably couldn't put Harambe in that. Harambe is like kind of a different. He's different.
Sure, let's loop him in.
I don't know. I don't think we can.
You don't want to. Okay.
I don't want to. He kind of stands alone in like a different like. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So what do you think about talking about track now? I guess.
Yeah, I guess we can do it. I'll hear all the time, right? And people being like, and one of my friends actually just said it like this weekend to me. They're like, "Oh, like the podcast I really like it," and they're like, they say it in like a really surprised way.
Yeah,
like it's kind of insulting, They're like, "I actually like the podcast." I'm like, "Thanks." Yeah, they're like, "I'm shocked. I actually like it," but I as soon as you start talking about track, I turn it off, and I'm like, I don't. Yeah. Well, you still make it a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you still make it an hour.
Yeah. So on that note, we're losing a lot of listeners right now, but it's about, I think let's talk about, we got some Commonwealth games.
Commonwealth games. I think this is one of the better games we've seen in a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just kind of the total package was kind of, you felt like it was a standout top to bottom kind of thing.
I do. I just think a few of the fields were so fun and compelling and the races were incredibly interesting. There were upsets, there were favorites that won. A lot of people showed up like really ready. A lot of stars showed up. And I all in all, I think very good for the sport. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was like, who really came to play is Australia, it seems like.
Yes.
Like, geez.
They brought everybody and everybody was on freaking point. It was awesome. I like, in my mind, like Australia is the story of Commonwealth Games.
I mean, I'm trying to say, like, I think like the standout performance for me, like when I say like, oh, like Commonwealth Games, what was kind of like the big performance for you was probably the men's 100. with Lachlan Australia Lachlan Kennedy going 9.8. Was it 9.85? 9.4 for silver, and barely, like, I mean, he barely missed that gold medal. And there's a lot of, he became the fastest white boy in history all of a sudden, and silver, national record holder, obviously, for Australia. So, like, absolutely huge. And I got to give a shout out to our boy Mitch Dyer, who is just, I mean,
oh yeah,
he's been absolutely loving it. Has been, shouting Lachlan Kennedy's name from the top of a mountain for a while now. And this is like an absolutely huge, and the conditions they ran this in were not sprinting conditions.
No, it is not summer. Scotland is not experiencing the heat wave.
No. It was raining. I'm not sure the wind situation, right? But
9.85 in those
9.85, really, really impressive. That was a really fun race.
Yeah. Another standout performance. I have got to give it up to our boy Navasky Anderson, winning the 800 meters, Jamaica's first ever 800 meter medal.
Wow, that's huge.
It's so huge, and it's hard to contextualize how big it is when this will have sent ripples through the nation. And it's sort of how we were talking about the World Cup a few weeks ago, of how these moments impact the next generation of kids and youth athletes to aspire towards something that maybe they hadn't seen before. And so Navasky winning gold in a complete, like by near dominance in the last 60 meters is on a big stage. People are watching, rises to the moment. That will it will be tangible. It will be tangible. There will be more athletes like him because he did this. I think it's incredible. And just seeing the celebrations and it's just so different. Like, we have, like, our minister of culture is putting out media about this. Like, it's such a big deal. It would be like, I don't know, someone in the US government, like, being super excited and saying this is, a history defining moment for someone to be, winning a medal and at, I don't know, or winning World Ultimate or something. I don't know. It's just like, it's hard to draw an analogy of like how big of a deal it is, but I'm so pumped for him.
Is he the Jamaican national record holder?
Yes.
Yeah.
That he and they were going back and forth. Remember, this kept getting broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What because Jamaica's got such a just like a rich history in the sprinting that it makes sense for them to also be good in the 8. It's like the 8's right there.
It's right there. It's right there.
There's such an overlap between being a good sprinter and being a good 800 meter runner that you're like, it's almost, and maybe now this is like these moments that develop kids to be like, oh yeah, I can do that. I want to be an 8 guy.
Yeah. Or like, I've been running 400 hurdles. Like, oh yeah, I could go up to the 8. Like, we are successful in this event.
Yeah.
Right. It's like think of, it's like the Kenyans, right? Like, oh yeah, Kenyans are great at middle and long distance running. Like, Jamaicans are great at sprinting. It's like, oh no, we are also great at the 800. For Amanyala is, yeah, now we can be great at sprinting. Julius Diego, oh yeah, we can throw the javelin. It's like, it is a culturally defining moment that changes the paradigm of what a nation believes that they can do. Sport is so powerful in in that way of like you see something and it changes how you think and what you believe. So the moment is, I don't know, it's just really cool to see historical things happen like this. And they happen for, in other countries. I just am particularly close to this. I did the same thing when I won Commonwealth in the 3K steeplechase. It's like it shocks people and really changes things. So I just think what a cool moment.
Yeah. Anytime you get like wins like that, and it's kind of like, it's almost like why the World Cup is so fun. It's like when it's country versus country, it makes the stakes are raised.
Yes.
And it's more fun to be watching. And there needs to be more. It's tough. You can't really replicate it outside of that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just hard to.
It's hard to bring in the audience.
It's hard to bring in the audience. Like when you're just rooting for your country, it's a lot different than it makes you that much more fired up.
Yeah, like how am I going to relate to? And I will watch some Premier League games. I'll watch a bit of the footy, but like how am I going to relate to watching soccer if I have no connection to it at all? But all of a sudden, I put a country jersey on, and like now, like you have a sense of ownership in the outcome, and it's really, really fun. It's really fun. And what's interesting too about Commonwealth Games, for those who either have or haven't been watching, is it splits down the United Kingdom into the respective like Wales, Isle of Man, Scotland, England. Like it's fun to see those different kits come through, and the Scottish people are going absolutely nuts for the Scots at Com Games. It's really like the elephant in the room is the men's mile, which is arguably, you're not even including some countries that have incredible legacy and great athletes in this event currently, but like this is a world-class field. You have some of the best guys. You have one the best guy to ever do it, and then some of the other best guys to ever do it in one field. Josh Kerr, Cam Myers, Tim Chariot, Jake Hayward, Ollie Hoare, Jake Whiteman. Like the names of this field this is an all-time. Like this will be a race that people will go back and watch for years and years.
It's a stacked field. And Josh Kerr absolutely smashed him, right? Because it's a slow race. It's not for these guys' standards. It's not a fast race. And the way that Josh Kerr ran away from them in the last like 250 meters, because he ran I was surprised about, right? Because you have big kickers in that race. Think about, you've got world champion Jake Whiteman, Cam Myers, who's run 3:28.0 this year and has been looking unstoppable, and nobody's near him. With 80 meters to go, he's like 15 meters ahead. It was a truly impressive race, and he tactically ran a shitty race.
Yeah,
you go back and watch that race, and it doesn't matter because he's that much on a different level than everybody, because with 450 to go, he's bunched. He's sitting like towards the back of the pack on the rail, boxed in, and he basically just pushes his way out and just, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter where I am. I just need to get out and, be in a good position and able to move free at 400. And that's because so many people, you're boxed at 450 to go. It's over, right? Because just even getting out, pushing and surging a bit just to get out, there's the race. That's why you see more often people sitting on the rail, because to slow down, like push a little bit, surge to get out, you're way wide, you're in like lane 3. It's there. That's the energy that should have gone to your kick. Right. And so when you're as fit as Josh is right now, It's like, look, doesn't matter. He clearly had, just so much energy, so many gears. And I mean, think about like his last couple weeks. First, you get that the world record in London, and now you come back to your home in Scotland and get a Commonwealth Games gold medal. In the same Euro trip. Like, what an unbelievable, couple of weeks for him.
It's so sick.
It's so sick.
The race itself, I've watched a couple of times. I've watched a few of these races a couple of times, but the race is as sloppy as can possibly be. Like if other officials were to officiate this race, half these guys would be freaking DQ'd.
And
like there's so much pushing, so much shoving. And that too, to your point of like, you only have so many matches to burn. You only have so many times you can accelerate or jostle or reposition before it's over. Like Josh gets in like several tussles. Brian Coben like essentially punches him from behind. Like it's crazy. It's such a crazy race, but he is superlative.
I like seeing those races. I like seeing the bit like the physicality when in these races. And
me too.
It's I'm always like, let the guys play, right? Let it.
Yeah.
Now, do I maybe have some bias from past disqualifications? I'm not ruling that out, but like I do think it's fun, because there, like you said, lots of hand checking, right? Lots of people fighting for space, and that's what you get that in big races when it slows a bit and people really fight for space.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody is moving in your area and you stiff arm them and say like, no, like this is my space and I'm going to fight. Yeah. And I'm fighting for it. I like to see that.
Disrespectfully.
Yeah. Disrespectfully. Gabrielle Cheyenne. Have you seen now? Look, now this is, there's been kind of like a big emphasis placed on Josh Kerr's weight. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have. What are your thoughts?
It's an interesting conversation, right? Because I was first brought, I think because Hobbs Kessler made like a statement, kind of just like started talking about it, and I believe it was at USA's in one of his post race.
Oh,
interviews.
I didn't see this.
Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah.
No.
No, look, obviously, like, yes, if you go look through the years, like Josh Kerr, like, yes, he's leaned out a bit. And we're kind of like in a new era, it feels like, in terms of like racing, where it's like race weight, we're prioritizing health more, which is great. This is great stuff, and it's definitely a healthier step in direction we've talked about plenty of times on the show. And the unfortunate truth is, it still plays a big role in racing, right? The power to weight ratio, you're not gonna be able to avoid it in this sport. And when you're Josh Kerr, you're trying to break Hisham El Garouge's record. It's like, yes, like I got to lean out, and the way Hobbs was talking about it, I think he was just saying like it's to kids going out to the runners, to the young runners who look up to Josh Kerr. Is it setting kind of like a dangerous precedent? That was kind of like the vibe I was getting from it. So it's an interesting topic, but there's kind of like lots of people have just been talking about it. Yeah.
It's also interesting too. I think we speak about it very differently when it comes to men and women.
Yes.
Like, in a lot of ways, if a woman were to do this, like, there would be a lot of shame and a lot of this isn't right, and there would be a lot more uproar about it. But if it's a guy doing it, it's like, oh yeah, of course, that's what you have to do. And I know Josh works with an incredibly smart team, and I know that they're very holistic in his approach
So I'm not in any way insinuating that Josh has made the wrong move at all. Like he's like, they approach everything in a very measured and intelligent way. And like maybe what we are seeing is Josh Kerr's personal strength to weight ratio maximized. And that's okay. Just as if my strength to weight ratio got maximized, I might be up or down. Like if I had, the science to tell me exactly where I should be, that is something that I would take into consideration as an athlete. Like we talked about it with Keely. Like for her, maximized is up. It's not down. Like it's so different for every athlete. And to just suggest that there isn't nuance to this, I think, and that, leaner is better. Like that's not, like, I just don't want to see the discourse going that way. It's like, it's personal optimization, and that is going to look different for every single athlete on the line. Age also comes into play with this. Younger, it's really dangerous for younger athletes to be, manipulating their bodies when you're still growing and maturing as an athlete. There are I'm sure there are risks for men that we're not talking about as much because it's not as obvious without the menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
But it is like everything, like when you're breaking the world record and you like every single metric of your life is optimized, like don't confuse that with like, oh yeah, he just lost a couple pounds and now he's running faster. Like, no, this is a science. And like, I do think, I think both things can be true, is that like, yes, it is a fact of strength to weight ratio that is a factor. It's not the only factor. There's so many factors. And it's also not something to be fucked with when you're a kid. Like that's just, those are the facts. And everybody's going to look different because everybody has a different body and everybody works with their bodies in different ways.
Yeah, no, well said. I think we've said it before. It's like when guys, a guy's eating disorder when they're running, and I'm not saying Josh has right. I'm not saying that, but it's like it is looked at differently. Guys are driven. It's okay. Yes, he is very driven. He's making the sacrifices, and then with the women, it's like okay, like they've got a problem.
It's happening in cycling. It's huge in cycling right now between talking about men and women. Like everybody's glorifying Remco Evenepoel for dropping like multiple kgs, so many pounds, and then, oh wow, now he's a great climber. And then this happened with a female cyclist who was like shamed and blamed for appearing too lean, and whether or not either she, who is like racing incredibly well, she or Remco are right or wrong. Like the way that the media handles these two situations is totally different. It annoys me if you can't tell.
Yeah. No, and it makes sense to be annoyed. But yeah, it's funny to kind of see the just how much talk it's getting, because I haven't seen things like that. You haven't seen people who
men's bodies,
yes, yeah, like, and I think number one, it's when
feels
you break,
weird, doesn't it, Eric?
I'm like, I don't like this. I don't think. I don't like this, They are looking at us like pieces of meat. It's really sickening. No, I haven't seen this kind of discourse. And I think this also goes to show, like, when you break a record, like have something like what Josh did, it kind of brings it to it's now on a different level. And there's so much more attention, so much more eyeballs, so much more conversation. And I also think because Josh has been world-class since college, right? Since he ran for, like, he's had a very long time being very, very one of the best in the world. And he this has been kind of a recent thing. This has been, like, you can actually look throughout the years, and there is a bit of a difference, and there's a clear difference. And so I think that's something that's probably a bit more unique. Like
people want answers of like, how did you break that record? It's like, because it is so outlandish and jaw dropping. It's like people are trying to find a reason beyond incredibly smart and long-term development and great training and all the stars lining up and all the support and the mental belief and the whatever. It's like, it is interesting. It's like, in some ways it's kind of nice to see people talking about a man's body for once, but also like in some ways it's like, it's a little sad to me too, that like people have to find something to disagree with because it's hard for them to believe what they saw.
Yeah, I wasn't even. Do you think that was like people are talking about it because they're like, how is this pot? Like, how did he do this? And they're like, oh well, this is a obvious. Do you think like? I wasn't even thinking. I think. I mean, it's clear like Josh is dialed in, and this is actually what Hobbs was saying, where he was like, Josh is unbelievably dialed in a way that I don't think people understand. And he was like, and I can't live that. I couldn't live this lifestyle, right? Like everything is accounted for in his life, in his day-to-day thing. I'm spending, he said, I'm spending 12 hours in my at altitude, my altitude tent or my whatever my bedroom is set up at, right? I'm doing 12 hours there. I've got a personal chef who is tracking every single thing I do, who makes all of my meals, who does all like, I'm very, I've got my mental performance coach. I've got Danny Mackey, my actual coach. I've got my strength coach. I've got this, I've got this. And, I think that was more of like that where Hobbs was like, look, I that's a level of dedication that I'm not really willing to get to. And like the sacrifice to get there, that 342 takes a level of dedication that I'm not necessarily sure I'm willing to do. And that's actually like most pro athletes wouldn't get to that level, right? Like because there's a like a line, right, of sacrifice, and you go, I'm willing to do 90% of that, right? It's like, okay, I'll give you 7 hours somehow in my bedroom. I can figure out, you know what I mean? It's like every athlete has their limit of being like, look, once I get to this, the more I do, the more unhappy and mentally draining it's going to be, which is going to also affect my performance, right? You can spend 12 hours a day in your altitude tent, but if I do that, I'm going to get to the starting line in a place where I'm not really ready to race.
Right.
And so I think everybody has that. Even like you can be incredibly successful and dedicated, but there's levels to it.
Yep. Completely. It's almost like he has an ability, a mental ability that allows him to tolerate that level of monkdom. That's not a word, but it's incredibly rare. Yeah, it's incredibly rare. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see the victory. It's just so good. like we were talking about it of like, all right, you as a miler on both sides, men and women, you have to be a few things, right? Like you have to be aerobically very strong. You have to have good foot speed, but not only good foot speed, but great change of pace. You have to be tactically sound. You have to do all these things, or you're just that much better than everybody else. And that was Josh.
Just absolutely. Yeah. No, it really was, absolutely huge couple weeks for him and a big Commonwealth game. I'm trying to think about the other, we got to give a shout out. You had Kai Robinson coming away with 2 medals,
a gold in the 10K, silver in the 5K. When we talk about Aussie dominance, we can follow that thread because I think a huge performance and a huge name coming out of this Commonwealth Games is Rose Davies from Australia.
Yes, yeah.
We've been watching her the last few years just get better and better and better. And she's been looking really good on the circuit this year. She comes away with the double 10K, 5K gold, beating the 5K was quite competitive, taking down Jess Hull and Megan Keith, a couple of other names that you see on the circuit, like Esther Chebet from Uganda, Hannah Nuttall from England, Lyndon Hall, you know, women that we speak about regularly. Then on the women's mile side was an incredible Aussie sweep.
Yeah.
And like, I think if you shake it up and roll the dice a few times, you could have gotten a different outcome in this mile, but Abby Caldwell comes away with gold. So Jess comes up with double silvers in the 5K and the 15 or 5K in the mile, but it went Abby, Jess, and Claudia Hollingsworth. And Claudia Hollingsworth, like from the depths of hell, kicks for third. Like she was so boxed in. She was like, it was like watching Frogger happen. Like she was trying so hard in the back to like get to the front. She just physically could not get there. And I knew the result before I watched the race. And it was one of those races where you're watching like, how the hell does she get third? But she finds her way and makes it happen. I thought that was a really, really fun race. You love to just see a country sweep is really fun.
This has got to be the best Commonwealth Games like for Australian history, right?
It's got to be.
I mean, they sweat to sweep the mile.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
And then I mean, I was going to talk about the women's 8, but I want to give a little bit more oxygen to that, because we talk about this, like we talk about the Aussies a lot, and when we're comparing what countries have the deepest and best squads, we've been talking about the Aussie women quite a lot, and they went to show it. I mean, it's crazy even looking at other results around the world. Like it's not just these Aussie women that are killing it. Like there's many all around the world, like that are still, like I'm thinking about Geordie Griffith and Maddie Skyring, who ran the 5K at Ortegum and ran 14:44 and 14:49. Like they just have such a treasure chest right now of women that are crushing in the middle and long distances. It's awesome.
Yeah, so much talent on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm sure like Jess Hull is walking away from this weekend a little bit like pretty disappointed. That's somebody. Yeah, I mean, when you're Jess Hull and you're someone, when you've as successful and talented as she is, and clearly very fit, you go in there being like, I am gonna line up wanting that double gold, and then to come second in both of them. Like you said, you roll, like you run that race 10 more times and it will be different outcomes, but that's the game. And so but yeah, Rose Davies, like what a weekend for her. And was that I think that's the first, I think I saw some stat where that's the first double 5 and 10 for an Aussie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a huge day.
Huge. And then we had a great women's 8 with reigning world champion Lillian Odira versus Georgia Hunter Bell, and many other great athletes. But it really came down to those two being the headliners. They alley-ooped Georgia into sheer dominance. Like they went out in 60 in the 800. I mean, Georgia's so dominant right now. I don't know in what scenario she can lose.
Yeah.
She probably can't. Yeah. But she absolutely smokes Lillian Odira also. And that had to feel good. Like this is Georgia's first Commonwealth medal. Like you'd think with how great of an athlete she is that she would have like come up through the system, but just doesn't have a Commonwealth medal yet. And she just blows the field apart, wins by over a second in 800, negative splitting to 159.5. So congrats to Georgia.
Yeah, that does surprise me that she's never had a Commonwealth medal, but that's because how successful she's been at the World Championships and Olympics and like those kind of races. But it's fun. It's good to see her run it seems like this year she's run a lot more 15s, miles, like that kind of distance. So it's fun to see her drop back down. I mean, it's her ability to be that world class and competitive in both events, because we've talked about how you need to be good at both events, or right? You need to be good at, if you want to be a good 15 guy, you need to be able to run a good 5. You got to be able to run a good 8. But usually that's kind of where it's not like it's you run.
You need to be good.
Yeah, you just need to be good. She is. How many people can say like, look, I don't know what my best event is, and I'm actually like a podium threat at the World Championships or Olympics in 2 events.
It's so sick.
It's pretty rare. I mean,
you can think about it like some men's, like I'm thinking of Jordy Beamish.
Yeah. Like he's got a 1500 meter from indoors, like gold medal.
Yeah.
Right. World champ.
And a steeple world championship.
And yes, you've got, you've got athletes like Jakob, who it's like 15 or the 5K, but the 8:15 is a whole different, like, yes, 5K, 10K makes sense. 15, 5K makes sense.
15 steeple makes sense.
Yes.
But I'm thinking like maybe Jake Whiteman.
True, Jake Whiteman. But I wouldn't say Jake Whiteman is a podium threat for an 800.
Maybe not.
Like Jake Whiteman is a fantastic 800 meter runner.
Yeah. And top 10 in the world, but not medal.
But like but it's like when Yoni and Aerob, and now we're gonna put our boy Cooper in here and this and that. Like there's so many guys you wouldn't be like, oh, I think Whiteman will beat them. You'd be like, he's very good. So it's just very impressive that George is able to do that, because it's very rare.
Yeah. Gosh, she's good. One of my favorite athletes on the circuit for sure. We also had 2 races, 2 5Ks that went pretty well in Ortegum in Belgium, which isn't that where Alan Webb set the American mile record?
Is that where he did it?
Wasn't it?
I'm not from. I can't say that I know for sure, but
I'm looking it up.
So if so, it's a fast track, huh?
Yes, but it's so random. It's literally in the middle of a field.
It's like, it seems like it'd be very windy. Like you're very exposed out there to the elements, which never seems to bode well for wind protection, I'll tell you that.
Right. So I looked this up, and the Google AI summary gave it back to me in Flemish, which is just such a silly language. But if I am reading it, I believe, yes, he said
Are you reading? You're reading it in Flemish, and what you're gathering from their silly language. Crazy to say silly.
I mean, because it is silly. Like it just sounds like the Who's from Whoville would talk. I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, you mean it's like, it kind of like phonetically it sounds like a whimsical language.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whimsy. Look, I'm not going to knock on Flemish. My dog's name is in Flemish. We're
good
cool
point.
Here.
Yeah, we're cool.
It might have been Brachat where he said it.
Okay.
But anyway, it was some such place like this. But there are these tracks in Belgium. There's a little cup called the Flanders Cup in the Flemish speaking region of Belgium. If you know, you know. A lot of folks in our day would hit the circuit sort of either in concert with or instead of being on the Diamond League circuit in the summer. And Ortegum is back. We had some good 5Ks. You're really just like a bus just like drops you off in what seems to be the middle of nowhere, the middle of a field. You're not sure if you're going to get murdered or if you're going to race a track meet. You just like, it's very humbling. You just sit your butt anywhere where you can, and you just go warm up on a random road, and then you go. Abdi Nur goes and runs 12:57 for the win. So really nice signs of life from that guy. I think he's probably been pretty banged up in a while, and great to see.
Yeah, Abdi Nur is a guy that is always was, you know, when he's healthy, is a threat to make team, you know, for he's making teams for the US, and you just haven't seen, you haven't really, he hasn't quite been at that level for a little while now. And this is a huge PR for him, and I love the mental component, right? Where it's like, look, I'm sticking around to fight. Because when you're one of the best in the country, which means you're one of the best in the world, right? Because now that's the point we're at right now. When you get knocked down, it can be tough to get back to that point. We've talked about plenty of times how hard it is to not only like to bounce back, you have to bounce back better. And you have to be better than what you were, because the sport is continually moving along and progressing. So what you took to make that team is no longer what it's going to take to make the next team. It's going to take more. So love to see it from Abdi, big fan. And it's just the amount of guys in that in 5Ks for America, it's wild.
It's so deep.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Sorry,
your
one
other
more
shout out.
highlight is Alicia Monson for 5th. So as I mentioned, Georgia Griffith won in 1444. Great. I mean, a really good field. Diane Van Ness next, couple folks, and then down to Alicia Monson in 1450, which is such a big step forward for her as well. Yeah,
that's huge. 1450 is a impressive. That's
she's
a very
making her way
impressive
back
time.
Slowly.
But like, I mean, she's kind of like bad. I mean, 1450 is a very impressive time. Sub 15. How many races back has she done? Like, how many races has she done?
She's done a few over the last couple of years, but this is far and away her best.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Talk about somebody who is just when similar boat to Abdi, but I mean she was more dominant. Like, this is an athlete who, when was healthy and lines up at a U.S. championship, she's like, okay, like she's going to be the heavy favorite.
Running for second. Yeah.
That's good for her. Those are the kind of races where you're like are so reaffirming in the process.
Yep.
Right, where you go like, okay, like it's because there are signs of life, right? You'll have a race where you go like, you know, it's all right, it's not great, but you like it's a step forward. And then you have races like that, like a 1450, where you go like, all right, like here we go, like this is now
we are actually making strides, not baby steps. So that's
okay, I mean, wow.
Alicia's run 1419. Like, she's an incredible athlete.
Like it's far away from her PR, right? But like on paper, someone could look at that and go like, way off her PR. But you go like, but somebody who knows the process of a serious injury and knows what it takes to potentially someday get back to that 14-19 kind of athlete. This is the step. This is a step on. This is a stop on that journey. You can't skip this stop. Right?
Nope.
You can't expect to come. You don't run 14-19 without 1450s, without the 1430s, the 1440. There's all these checkpoints you got to do. This you can't skip it. So this is I think that's a huge. She's got to be feeling good, like very sad, and to be competing in these big races. Right, it'd be one thing if you're like, okay, I'm 1450, but I'm also getting my doors blown
12th.
off, and I'm just barely hanging on. You'd still take that, 100% of it. You'd take that, but like to actually be competing and like, okay, like I'm in 5th, like I'm right there. I think it's even more motivating and more you get more out of it.
It's great.
It's great stuff.
You were gonna say something.
Oh yes. Did you see the news of Jakob is gonna return and race he's racing Euro champs?
Saw that. When are Europeans? When do they start?
Gotta be soon. I wish I could tell you truthfully. this is what I love about Jakob, right? Like he just loves he is a racer. He's a competitor, and it seems like he's had a rough kind of road back, because he's not afraid to race and he's clearly not 100%. You know what I mean? Like even when he's not at 100%, he races, and it sounds like I don't know. It just seems like from the kind of the whisper, people talking, and like he's like, it's been a very tough road back. So which is most people, 99% of people wouldn't race. Especially when you're like kind of the name that Jakob is, like there's so much scrutiny and like you're under a microscope. So you go like, look, like I'm not even close to 90%. So I don't want to
fake that. Yeah. That it's been the best build ever. There's no,
you can't do you can't do the Christopher Nolan press tour best build ever. So it's, most people would be like, look, I'm going to bite the bullet and like not race and try and get to even 85, 90%. And Jakob's like, no, like I'm healthy enough to put on the spikes. I'm going to race, which is a rare quality when you're somebody like Jakob or like at his level, but you love to see it. And I think you think about what he did at World Champs with Tokyo, when he did the same thing. He's like, look, I'm not healthy, but I am healthy enough to race, and I'm going to go out there and do it. And it's, if you're like looking at that, that's like the type of mentality that if a coach would see, like, that's the kind of athlete you dream about. A racer who also who's incredibly talented. Like you can't teach that. You can take a great racer and be like, I can train him, right? But you can't take somebody who can just train and teach that race, that killer race instinct and wanting to toe the line at any cost,
That's why I liked this shirt. It says racing, because I like racing.
Wow, that's a fantastic. You're right on brand. Really good stuff.
Europeans are the 10th through the 16th.
Okay.
No, we've got time.
Yeah, we do.
By the time we arrive at the pod next week, I will let you know how we're going to watch Europeans. We ended up getting beIN Sports.
You did.
So maybe it'll be on there.
now, was it kind of like a 7-day trial? Do you have to cancel your trial membership at the end of the week, or you're in it now?
It was a good job. I have nothing to do with the subscription. He's going to have to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, you're just riding high.
I'm riding high. It's download we got the app on our TV. I'm watching stuff. In fact,
what else is on beIN?
I did a little bit of light piracy and sent Eric a little clip that I recorded on my phone, like a grandma would do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna explore beIN. Maybe the Tour de France FOM is on beIN. I don't know. We'll see. Are you ready to hit some voicemails?
Let's hit some. I can't wait.
Okay.
Aisha, my name is Jimmy. I am I would say relatively new listener, if you can count April as being a new listener.
For sure. Thank you for being here.
First-time caller. Anyways, had a couple of things I wanted to say. First one is, Eric, I remember watching you race, and I remember not being a huge Oregon Project fan, and I just want to apologize to you because you are hilarious and awesome, and I wish I was a bigger fan of yours when I was younger, but unfortunately, you ran for the OP, and I didn't love that. But I love you now, so I'm on my Eric redemption train, if you will, my redemption for liking what you're doing.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And Aisha, as a fellow cyclist fan, I'm curious how you feel about this year's tour. I unfortunately didn't get to watch a whole lot, but still love the sport. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. And I love to hear you talk about it and just hear other people enjoy the tour. So my question is about pacing in Diamond League races. And a good friend of mine who is also a listener and I have spoke a lot about what are the rules of pacing. And we were wondering if you could elaborate on what the rules are, especially as we watch the Josh Kerr world record where we saw pacing that went from 800 to, I think it was a K, and maybe could have gone longer, maybe didn't need to go longer, but we're just curious what the rules are on that, how long the pacers can be in, and what their job is. Anyways, I can't wait to hear more of what you two have on tap, and yeah, love you, bye.
Love you,
Love you,
bye.
bye. Great question.
Very good question. I mean, how long could a pacer go?
I don't think there's a rule. I don't think there's a rule. I think you just have to get out of the way before they cross the finish line.
But do you even need to get out of the way? Like, I mean, you won't be paid for pacing.
If you finish first in front of the person,
let's say
you win.
Yeah. Like Miracle
You're
Day.
officially entered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win.
You are officially entered in the race as a competitor. Like there is no rule against you finishing the race. Like you could finish the race should you want to. And some meets, usually if it's a less star-studded affair, the meet directors are a little bit more lax on you can finish if you want. Typically you're just not like, you pace and you feel amazing, and then the second you're not pacing anymore you feel like shit. So people don't often do it, but there isn't a rule against you finishing. And in fact, you are like a legitimate competitor in the race. You have a chip in your bib, and that's how they're getting those split times, is because you have the chip in your bib. Like you have a hip number, like you're a bona fide member of the race, but your job is to set the pace, set the tempo, be out front, block the wind, give the athletes something to chase so that they're not, pushing the pace themselves. But as long as you don't cross the finish line before the winner that you're pacing, like you did your job.
I wonder what the longest somebody's paced. Let's say like a 1500. Has somebody paced? I mean, I'm sure they have, right? Like, so has somebody paced 1400 meters?
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you and your cronies over there at University of Oregon would do this kind of stuff.
There is a little bit of negative connotation in what you were just saying right over there. Right? There's a little bit of vitriol in what you were just saying. I could hear it.
It's just jealousy.
I don't think. There's a reason why most people don't pace that long. Like those guys couldn't have gone any farther. That guy went as let's talk. We're talking about Josh Kerr's world record attempt, right? Like that guy made it a K and broke the national record for his country in the process, right? It's like he couldn't have made it. If he could have gone 1200, he would have. Like there's famous races of remote, like when Galen Rupp broke the American record in the 10K. Steven Sambu paced him through, I believe it was like 8K. So he went very far, and then he stayed in and ran like 26, like fifth something. Went sub 27, right? Which is usually you very pace, fast. you step off. That's 90% of the time what's happening. And if they don't step off, they slow way down, and usually just like they should have just stepped off. Most of the time you're like, why didn't you just step off? Like you clearly run. Like I don't know. Like, but it's rare for a Steven Sambu moment. You know what I mean?
That guy was a legend.
That guy was a legend. Absolute legend. There's really no rule. There's no rules. It's the Wild West out there when it comes to pacing. Because also it's why it's like kind of an art, and it's why some pacers are known for being great pacers, and they will get hired time and time again by big meets to run and also athletes like to run behind certain people. athletes will be like, I like this guy as my pacer. Like for whatever reason, like I'm comfortable with him or her. They'll block the wind for me. And some people's strides. No one talks about this, right? Some people's strides will make you more or less tired depending on if you're running behind them.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like
somebody's got a big old long back kick.
Or if somebody just kind of, when the person running in front of you is smooth, you feel better. Like I would be like, okay, I loved running behind Centro because the guy's form is perfect, and you go like, okay, you're like kind of getting that energy, right? And when somebody is flailing, you feel a bit more tired. And so there is like a bit of and you don't really hear people talk about it, but there is a sweet spot of being like, I like running behind this person. They make me feel better.
Or a slipstream.
The aura slipstream, nice.
Yeah, if you got high aura, everything's going good, you feel great. If you've got no aura, I don't want to be in that slipstream. I don't want your lack of aura to hit me and then take mine away.
And even there's like the ways that you can see splits of races, splits of the paces, and the splits might be the same thing. And you're like, on paper, these are the splits, but the way that they got to those splits could be different, right? It's like somebody is very smooth and they run the paces and they go through in the ways you want them to, right? And somebody might do the complete opposite, where it's like, look, this person just gets out unbelievably hard for the first 300, and I don't like that as much. Somebody else gets me through that first 300 in a smoother way. I like that style, and some people like that. So it's just kind of, again, it's a different strokes for different folks, right? We're back to that, and so yeah, it's a bit of an art form.
Well said.
Hey, what's up, guys? Big fan. I'm sure you can hear the echo on my voice. You'll know why in a second. I'm behind on the show. I'm listening to the the Franklin Scooter episode. And listen, I never have to stop and shit on a run. Ever. Haven't in years. All the shit talk made me have to go. I'm on the pot right now. I'm in the porta.
Wow.
I'm shitting. I'm so mad. You did this to me. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. I'm sorry.
Live from the porta potty.
That's a first.
Yeah.
We're sorry. I hope it never happens again.
Yeah. Or you're welcome, dude.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. I am a long-time listener and second-time caller, but I just had to call back because my husband and I just got back from our honeymoon in France. We spectated the second half of the tour, and there were just so many Yankees hats. So I just had to call and let you know, since Aisha had mentioned that when she was there. We also kept track of how many MLB hats we saw because there were just so many. So wanted to report the final tallies.
Oh, she tallied.
Yankees,
Whoa.
We just said 50 to 100 a day. It was impossible to keep track.
Yeah, true.
LA Dodgers, 32. Oakland Athletics, 7. Toronto Blue Jays, 4. Chicago White Sox, 3. The San Diego Padres, 3. Boston Red Sox, 2. Pittsburgh Pirates, 1. Detroit Tigers, 1. Atlanta Braves, 1. And New York Mets, 1. We thought it was pretty weird since we were getting the vibe that they didn't really like Americans. Maybe we were just being paranoid. So I'm curious if you had any experience with that whenever you traveled to Europe to race. And we also couldn't believe that you guys would travel to Europe and then have to race a professional track race because we were completely one-shotted by the jet lag and sitting in an airplane for 8 hours. So those were our findings. So just needed to let you know. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for the findings. I love hard data, and thank you for validating, because there were so many Yankee hats.
Yankees hats far and away. I mean, they really did the research. They did. They got the numbers
They were
for us.
collecting. It is really crazy how well we would perform off of these flights. But like so much when it's talking about like Josh Kerr being dialed in, like there's so much that goes on behind the scenes to make those performances happen. Like I would, before this app came to be, I would do this myself, but there's an app called Time Shifter, and it tells you, like, you like punch in like your flights and like your destination and whatever, and then it gives you like a very prescriptive, like, here's when you should expose yourself to light, here's when you should drink caffeine, here's when you should avoid caffeine, here's when you should avoid light, here's when you should go to bed, here's when you should wake up. And like if I was going to race, say I was going to race in Europe this past weekend, like I would leave 5 days before, so you arrive 4 nights before, and I would already be walking back my bedtime, and I would already be like working to get myself on the clock. And then when you arrive, it's like the Time Shifter app then gives you like 3 or 4 days of like how you get yourself onto the time. But like before this app existed, we would like manually write down like our schedules. And so I would get to the point that I would, I'd be going to bed 8:00 at night, like getting myself ready so that I could go over and perform. And then when you're on the flight, it's like you do this, that, and the other thing. You're wearing your compression socks. You're wearing, beyond that, you're wearing loose fitting, comfortable clothing. You're hydrating in a specific way. I would never eat the food on the plane. I'd always bring my own food. Like you do all of these things that make it so you can compete, and it still sucks. And it's interesting because you would sometimes see like the Europeans or athletes from Africa or Australia like come to pre-classic and like struggle with the jet lag and complain about the jet lag at lunch or breakfast, and you're like, yeah dude, like we do this for all of the meets. Like you guys are just taking a 2-hour flight to the Zurich Diamond League. It's taking us 16 hours to get from my house to the hotel. Like yeah, that's interesting.
You were actually more dialed in. Like I never did I never walked back a bedtime.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I did like obviously like the other stuff. But no, I didn't. I don't think I ever walked back a bedtime. It is a tough aspect of it, but it's also just something. It's like you're just getting used to it. I mean, you're just also used to traveling so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in college, like, and this isn't the same for everybody in college, but you travel all the time in college. Then you so it's like something you're just kind of used to the routine of it, and it does become something that you don't really put a whole lot of stake in it. And then also there are stuff there. It's because it became so easy for me to obsess about like little stuff, and then you're like, look, I'm not gonna. Then you go, it's not healthy to obsess about everything. Like, so it's like
right.
You control what you can control, and then you just kind of have to let a lot of stuff fall by the wayside. And like, it's just something. And also, you kind of also are like, you don't put too much stock in how you feel, because it's like,
yes.
There's so many times where you overanalyze how your body is feeling, because you would never do that for workouts, really. Like you just show up and you get the work done, and you don't put too much stock in how you're feeling. But like when it comes to like a pre-race and you're like, oh my, like I don't feel like how you're thinking about it. You think, do I feel good? Like, do I feel the pop, or do my legs feel rested? Am I used to the time zone? And then, because we all have, when you do it enough, you'll have races where you felt like shit for days before and you race great. And then you have races where you felt great and you race horribly and you don't feel that in the race. So try, for at least for me, it was like, don't put too much stock in how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling tired right now the day before. It's like, that could totally change on race day. So it's like, don't overanalyze it.
And athletes are masters of the override, like the ability to mentally override your body. Mm-hmm. And one thing I loved about being on Team Boss was like our mental approach to things like this. Like we would train very hard. Like I would at at the time when everybody was like firing on all cylinders with a really big team, I would say we trained pretty hard, like compared to some groups at the time. And there was just never a complaint. It was never like we just weren't into complaining. And that held true for international travel. We're traveling all over the place. You have women racing 800 a marathon all over the world at any time. And you're together, and we created a space where like, we're not going to mention it. Like, yeah, of course I'm a little tired. And some people would like cut out caffeine before races. So, you think they feel good? Absolutely not. I can guarantee they don't feel good, but it was just never vocalized, and that helped dramatically. And then, yeah, your inner monologue just controls how you behave and process and how you race. So it's like, I don't know, it's a totally different feeling than going on vacation. It really is. I just did it, and let me tell you, when I came back, I was complaining, and different vibe.
I mean, and it's also, it's like, this is like, it's your business. This is a business trip. And you also have been like mentally prepping for this for a very long time. You're there for a reason, and you've been every run, you've been thinking about it. You've been prepping for it in your workouts. You've been talking about it with your coach. You've been doing all these different things. So it's not like, and it sucks in a lot of ways, because you travel and you don't really enjoy the places until the race. Like I couldn't really enjoy stuff until the race is over.
Right.
It's like, I've got this thing to do, and I can't just like take in the sights. Even if you might you're going to do stuff, like in the sense that like you might walk around, you're going to check out a place, but you're not really like, I'm not at least taking it in mentally. Cause I'm like,
yeah, I couldn't either.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people that are actually were very good at that. Like I think about a guy like Craig Engels, and he's a guy, I mean, we're talking like going back to earlier in this episode, we're talking about Hobbs, and Hobbs is like, look, this is what I'm willing to do. And Craig was a guy who actually could enjoy all these things and had a balance. And I kind of struggled with the balance. Like I didn't really, I was probably a bit more anal and uptight. Right.
Same.
And I'm like, I just can't, I was just very rigid. But no, it's a very, the travel can be tough, I guess, to circle back to the question. Yeah.
Okay, let's hit one more.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. This is your old friend, Amy. I'm a longtime caller and longtime listener.
Thanks,
was
Amy.
dying listening to today's episode where you were talking about Jimothy. Aisha, thank you for bringing Jimothy to Eric's attention. In regards to cemeteries and bad old headstones, the only soft surfaces that I can get my cross-country team to run on without putting them on a bus happen to be in a cemetery. So I spend a lot of time running laps around our local cemetery with teenagers. And my favorite headstone that I found so far simply says, "Gone home." No name, no date, just gone home.
I like that.
That's all.
I really like that.
And Eric, if you need help programming baby jogger runs for your athletes, I coached myself to a 2:47 marathon once.
There we go.
Basically on rage runs with my toddler and a baby jogger. So if you need help
so
there,
sick.
I'm your girl. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Oh my gosh, what a great voicemail.
Yeah. Rage runs.
Rage runs. If you'd like to leave a voicemail, please call us 856-279-0080. We love to hear it all. Thank you for our
anything you want to talk
calls.
About.
Anything you want to talk about. Like our friend Amy, it doesn't even have to be a question. Like we love it all. So thank you. Do you have anything happening fun this week that we should know about?
I'm heading to, we've got the Guardian Mile.
Yes.
Okay. Coming up. Shout out Colby. Shout out to the Alexander family. We got Guardian Mile on this weekend, so that'll be a fun one.
Perfect.
What about you?
I don't have anything that fun. I'll just
well,
live vicariously through you.
Okay, deal. Good plan.
Okay. Amazing. Thanks for joining us. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, love you. Bye.